U.S. President Joe Biden signs order to protect abortion rights.
President Joe Biden accused the country's Supreme Court and Republicans of being clueless about the power of American women after he signed a second executive order aimed at protecting abortion rights, Khaleej Times reported on Thursday. The executive order asks the Federal Health Department to consider allowing Medicaid funds to be used to help facilitate out-of-state travel for abortions for women who cannot afford it in their state where it is banned. Like Biden's first order signed in July, it is meant to address the recent Supreme Court decision to end the nationwide constitutional right to abortion. However, this new order is expected to have limited impact, as Republicans across U.S. states push a wave of laws restricting abortion, access to medication and funding for such services. The president's actions come a day after Kansas voters rejected one such effort, to remove abortion protections from the state's constitution. The vote was a resounding win for the abortion rights movement in the first statewide electoral test since the Supreme Court ruling. Biden called the Kansas result a decisive victory and said voters in the state sent a powerful signal that makes clear politicians should not interfere with the fundamental rights of women. His first order in early July directed the federal government's health department to expand access to medication abortion and ensure that women who travel for abortions are protected, and his latest action builds on those measures, while remaining vague about how those goals can be achieved. It asks the Health and Human Services Department to consider using funds including Medicaid, the federal and state-funded insurance program it oversees, to support low-income women traveling out of state for abortion services, a senior administration official said. It calls on Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra to consider inviting states to apply for Medicaid waivers when treating patients who cross state lines for reproductive health services, the official said, without giving additional details. The Hyde Amendment, a congressional measure, states that Medicaid will not pay for an abortion unless the woman's life is in danger or the pregnancy resulted from rape or incest, making the effectiveness of the order uncertain. It also directs the department to ensure healthcare providers comply with federal non-discrimination laws when offering such services and orders it to collect data to measure the impact of the ruling on maternal health, the official added.
This executive order also helps women travel out of state for medical care. Secretary Becerra is going to work with states through the Medicaid to allow them to provide reproductive health care for women who live in states where abortions are being banned in that state. The executive order makes sure healthcare providers comply with federal laws so women don't face delays or denials of medically necessary care. The court practically dared women in this country to go to the ballot box and restore the right to choose that the court had just ripped away after 50 years. As I said last month, I don't think the court has any notion, for that matter, or the Republican Party for that matter, to decide how far to compress their extreme agenda and how women are going to respond. They don't have a clue about the power of American women. Last night in Congress in Kansas, they found out women and men did exercise their electoral and political power with a record turnout.